Aston Martin of today kicked off the launches of the big league. The top 5 are launching their cars this week. And first up, Aston Martin. And well, have a look. Let me know what you think. Can you spot the difference from last year? They've kept effectively the same concept in terms of the design. I mean, their design team have literally just spent all pre-season working out where they're going to put their logos, and there's been a number of changes actually within their sponsorship deals. Aramco now are one of the biggest sponsors. Cognizant have slightly disappeared now off this. They're no longer called Aston Martin Cognizant, are they, going forward? And really that's the biggest change that you can see on the car design. Pretty much from the front end it looks identical. We've got the Volvo line sticker nicely dotted right on the front on the nose for this season's car, and then we've still got pretty much exactly the same livery design, the green and black, and then we've got that yellow swoosh that swaps all the way from the back down to the tip of the nose, and that pretty much is exactly the same as what we saw last year. Overall though, it was a nice design, so we can't really complain too much about that. I think the only thing that I like more from last year compared to this year is the Aramco logo at the back just doesn't quite work for me. I preferred the black with the white writing, and I mean, if Aramco was just in white, I think that would have been better with just having a pure black rear and front wing. The details are nice though. When you look on it side on, you can see all green. They've hidden where they've added just pure carbon fibre. I mean, that's all the swoosh down the dip at the back on the side pods all the way to the rear wing. The lower level of the car is all carbon, but side on it does look very green, which I do still like. It's a very nice mix of colours, these two. I do like the Aston Martin green, it's fantastic, and the black. They both work really well, to be honest with you, so can't really complain. But it's, yeah, not an awful lot of thought or design got in there. It's kind of what we see with the Red Bulls, isn't it? When you got something that works, it kind of just works. Don't tinker with it too much. In terms of the logo placing, I think it's one of the best we've seen, isn't it? I really like the way that it's done. If you look side on, the nice Aston Martin badge that you can see there at the front, the Cognizant just there on the barge board, the Boss little sticker next to the Aramco, that works really well. The only one that I'd say is a bit disappointing is the Aston Martin. I wish that was a bit bigger and just stretched a bit more of the rear engine cover there. The fin has come and it's got a nice little yellow stripe on there this year, which is slightly different to what we've seen last year, and they've carboned and blacked that out there. But yeah, again, the only thing that I think that would have been nice if they'd added a bit more detail onto the wheels or on the rims. I know you've got the sort of looks like yellow little dashes that we can see on there, but it would have been nice if they'd added a bit more detail and done some work on that. But overall, this is a nice looking car. A big season for Aston Martin, isn't it? They were the shock of last season, Aston Martin, with Fernando Alonso picking up so many podiums early on, and it was absolutely fantastic to see. They lost their way mid-season and towards the end of the season, weren't they? They were just sort of a bit of a shame of where they lost track of that one. But yeah, this one will be a big one because they've still got that sort of expectation of the launch, that surprise. What can they do this year? It's a big year for Aston Martin. It'll be interesting to see what sort of big changes and how they lie in terms of the landscape of the teams around them. But yeah, let's hope they're up at the front and Fernando can pick up that final 33 win of his career. It'll be fantastic to see that one day. But there we have it, the Aston Martin. I think it's actually a really nice looking car, this one. They've set the stall out. Not an awful lot of change, as you can see. Look at the side-by-sides of these two cars from last year and this year. There's, yeah, you're not splitting much between them, are you? Just a few different logos and sponsorship signs that you can see dotted around. Other than that, they're predominantly the same as what we've seen last year, but I do like this one. I think it just looks slightly slicker than we saw last year. But yeah, Aston Martin launched. Let's see how they get on. Big one tomorrow, it's Ferrari. Let's see how that looks. Can't wait for that one. We've had a bit of a sneak peek on Twitter, haven't we? So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I do really like their race overalls as well, that the Ferraris that they've pulled off with the red and the yellow on that. That's, for me, is fantastic. But yeah, that's enough of that. You'll talk about Ferrari tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment as always. See you next time.